Well, the People's Voice continues its amazing fall into a flaming pile of wreckage, because basically, need to tell you basically what's happened. Sonia Poulton, one of their main stars, has basically come out and said that money's being wasted. Now, this isn't the first time that basically someone who is experienced in TV and television has come out and said this. In fact, there's a video above all about this, and it's quite hilarious, because basically we need to smear Sonia Poulton. Now, bear in mind, Ike's faced these claims before and has never done or said anything. Yet why now choose to basically make a video basically saying Sonia Poulton is absolutely terrible, you know, or you don't know the real Sonia Poulton, she's terrible, to do this? I think that probably all these claims that they have been wasting money have finally been mounting up, and that finally they've decided to actually do something, because if you go on the People's Voice on their YouTube or Facebook page or anything like that and start saying messages like this, then immediately your comments will be gone and censored, literally within a matter of days, possibly, yeah, a day, even hours sometimes, even sometimes minutes. But also the funny thing about this video is that there's a jump cut, and it happens sort of around the end where they sort of talk about Sonia Poulton taking her into this room, which I find incredibly suspicious, because basically that tells me that they said it one way and it sounded more to support her, so they had to say it another way, and they basically tacked it on at the end because they didn't want to refilm all what they've done so far. So let's take a look at then at these supposed financial records that they've released, because these financial records tell you absolutely nothing. If these were proper financial records, it should have an exact detail to where the money is going. Like music licenses, who's getting that money? It doesn't say. Food and catering, where's it going to? It's not saying. Accommodation hotels and hostels, which hotel is it going to? Travel volunteer, who's it going to? Repair and maintenance, who's it going to? This, as a financial statement, is nothing. Right? And it basically tells me that, as I've said from the very beginning, Ike's wasted the money. Now remember, originally he asked for 100,000, right? He got an extra 200,000 on top of that, right? And all of a sudden, they're making this big issue and they're trying to make people forget that they only originally asked for 100,000, because originally that's how much he said. How much it said he would need to set it up. So this comes into huge quandaries, because what would have happened? Let's say, let's wind back the clock. Let's say they just got they just got that 100,000. That was it at a flat rate. That's what they got. And then with that extra 200,000, let's say people were smart enough and didn't give the extra that they needed. What would have happened then? Because basically, Ike's done the most stupidest thing ever. He's basically gone, oh, we can compete with mainstream media, and been an absolute moron about it. Because already, their next Indiegogo campaign, they're asking for £400,000. And I'm like, you're an idiot. Why are you doing this? And this is why I say I'm agreeing with Sonia Poulton, and I never thought I'd say that they're wasting money. This financial statement proves nothing, because it doesn't show you where the money's going. And again, two guys who have been in not only the BBC television, but various other media companies that they've worked for have basically said the same thing right at the very beginning, that they are wasting money. So this is something that adds up. So, but here's the other hilarious thing, because I've said they are not going to get advertisers at all. No advertiser's going to touch them for anything. And here's the serious thing, they're having commercial breaks to show what exactly is just the fancy graphics. So the People's Voice continues to crash down in a hilarious flame of continuous fail, and now panic mode is setting in, and you know it's panic mode when they have to roll out David Icke. And he says, "Oh, I'm not in charge of anything," which is a complete lie, because there have been volunteers that have come out. Not all volunteers have been happy campers. Quite a lot of them have left and have disagreed with what's been going on at the station. And you know the one thing that they've all been saying? That the buck stops with David Icke. He has the last say on everything. So I'll leave you with that little thought for the day.